For those of you that think the gospel music has gone too far, you think we're touching.
But now the latest thing we have here is Kirk Franklin here singing at an Usher concert. Okay, so some of y'all may have seen this, but he went and was singing at an Usher concert. Sheila's emotions. Yep, I know. He was singing at an Usher concert, man. I mean, the whole thing is kind of crazy. So we can't really play too much because there's music there, but we'll try to play a little, like a few bits and pieces here.
Y'all going up with me? Y'all like these guests? Y'all think I'm done? You right, I ain't done. It ain't over. The party's not over. Now,
You came out on time, sir.
I don't know if y'all ready for what's getting ready to happen. It's a very unexpected moment. And most of you normally right around this time, you start saying, you know what, I think you're getting ready to the end of the show. I think you need to go and get out. You don't want to leave, trust me. Yeah, I promise you. Listen, I seen a couple of y'all leave. I'm coming to fuck back in when you heard it. We ready. I see that's it. Yeah. I'm slipping. Now,
Book of Revelation, chapter 7.
it's Sunday, so we gonna turn up in this. Yes.
What's up?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the grand entry right there. Grand entrance of none other than Kirk Franklin at the Usher
What is Kirk
concert.
Franklin doing at the Usher concert? Is my question. What fellowship has light with darkness? If you want to even call it a light.
This is the this is
I
the
don't know.
$1
I don't know.
question. And I mean, at this point, we shouldn't be surprised that he's at the concert. This is kind of what Kirk does. What's amazing is this thing. I'm just gonna mute it and play it, and then we can kind of talk because they're doing melodies from heaven and stuff, and then they kind of remixed some of the songs or whatever. But what is amazing is how much of a like cultural icon Kirk Franklin is. Okay, like this guy got on there and people just knew, as y'all saw from that opening clip, right? People just know the songs and we're just singing along, and it goes on and on and on. Like this guy is celebrated and loved by a lot of people. Okay, and it is a shame that this is the road that he's taken, to where it's like, okay, he does this and is holding on to the relevance, to being relevant, to being important, to being loved, rather than taking the opportunity to be out there and actually, speak for the Lord. And he said it before, right? Like his major concern or his greatest fear is being forgotten, and he doesn't want to be forgotten. And so he's going to keep doing whatever he can do to be out in these streets and be loved and adored like this. He's going to keep doing it.
Yeah, so that shows that he's thoroughly compromised. Because if Usher has no problem to have you on his stage, so you're not a threat to Usher. Because whatever else you do, whatever else you say, it's not going to affect Usher's bottom line. Because there's no way, I don't see Usher inviting Chris Tomlin over there, right? So he is inviting Kirk Franklin for a reason. Because you'd be like, okay, there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? So the same people over here, they can dance to Kirk Franklin, they can dance to Usher, and there's nothing. it's just fine. You see what I'm saying? It's just another day at the concert. So this is the issue. Like as Christians, like no, people should think twice. Like they shouldn't even be thinking of inviting you to go to their debauchery concerts. Okay, they shouldn't be even inviting you. If they're inviting you, then there's something wrong, which means they know, like, okay, you're just one of us. You might say that you're a Christian artist, but you know what? That's just a name only. So, okay,
yeah. It's crazy. Okay, I think he's at the spot where he makes a little speech here. Let me see if we're there. Hang on.
Miss Betty, greetings.
I mean, they love him out there.
Yes, and he likes that, you know, getting all the attention.
I want to say to you that I've been watching you and been a friend to you and with you for now 30 years. I've seen you go through the storm. Your life is a testimony. And I want it to be a testimony for all you beautiful people in here that sometimes in life, God allows you to hit rock bottom to remind you he's the rock at the bottom. And I want you to know, beautiful people, that the reason why your front windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror is because where you're going is a lot bigger than where you've been. And for those of you that think the gospel music has gone too far, you think we got to.
Yes.
All right, he's going to go ahead and stomp it out. He is going to stomp it out. And yes, the house goes crazy when Stomp drops there. And this is it. You know, when I saw this, the thing that came to my mind is how a lot of this gospel industry stuff, and especially this kind of approach that Kirk Franklin takes, of just blending in with the world and then speaking these words here, because he's saying this stuff to, you know, again, thousands of people who have just enjoyed filthy music and, you know, the faux strip club thing, whatever it was that was going on, that people were throwing money at this girl shaking herself and all this other craziness. They've just danced to all that stuff, and he's telling them, like, hey, you know what? Where you're going is better than where you're coming from. You know, all this motivational talk. And he's giving them all this positive stuff, but none of that is going to save anybody's soul.
Yeah.
None of that saves anybody's soul. It's just motivational speaking. It's just positive talk. And at the end of the day, the thing that came in my mind is that these guys, and Kirk Franklin in particular, does a lot of dead works. These are dead works.
Yes.
These are works that they have no value, no eternal value to anybody. It's just stuff that looks cool, that makes people, I mean, all this stuff, you're dancing on stage or whatever it is, you're blending in, you're loved by the world, you're giving them all this positive stuff, and you're doing all these things, but there is nothing of eternal value. And you're going to hear, the same way you hear like a William Murphy, right? When he did his thing, the New Year's Eve thing, and a whole bunch of people were dancing to, was it swag surfing and all this stuff that was going on, Walk It Out. And at the end of all that, this dude said, hey, you know what? Whatever number it was, 50 people got saved that night. Or whatever number of people got saved that night. Yet, he didn't even give the gospel at any point that night. All he did was say, do you just want to join my church? That's what he said. And a whole bunch of people came forward. Of course they would. New Year's Eve, if you were dancing and you were excited and you're like, this is a fun church, I'm going to join it. But this is the kind of stuff. So people say they're out here, they're doing good work, they're affecting people, they're preaching the gospel, they're reaching people, they're doing all this stuff. But you see clearly the gospel is not even preached at these places where these guys are so-called supposed to be bringing light to people.
Yeah, not only that, he had an opportunity, right, to speak to the audience, And he's telling them that what about your rear view mirror, where you're going is how does he know where they're going? It's better than from where they're coming from. By what standard? So he's even in that situation, clearly, he's compromised, he's scared. There's no way he would tell them, you guys, you need to repent and believe the gospel. He's not going to say that. He wants to be invited the next time, right? Because he's not even in thinking in those categories. If anything, he should have just made it, you know what? This will be the last time that Usher ever invites me to his concert. I'm just going to tell these people the truth. All these other people are going to hear the truth today because who knows how many of them is going to make it tomorrow, right? But he had an opportunity and then he squandered it. Why? Because he wants to be relevant. He wants to be invited the next time. And he calls himself what? A Christian artist. And this is the cultural Christianity that we've just accepted in our culture that is just okay. Like it's fine. Usher performing with Kirk Franklin. There's nothing to see here. Keep it moving, okay? Next week is going to be Dante Bon, and it's fine as well. So where is the demarcation? How will people know? How we're supposed to be separate in the world but not of the world, right? We are supposed to be the salt. How is Kirk Franklin being salt in this situation? Absolutely nothing. If anything, he's the one who is getting corrupted.